Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Nick. I talk about Xaya. I play Xaya, and today is a very beautiful day because I bring to you the newest Flutter version, read-only, of Soccer Manger Elite. Guys, this version is looking exactly, except some minor changes, I guess, but it looks exactly how it will look the final version, the final release, official release of Soccer Manger Elite, the most complex soccer manager, fully decentralized, blockchain gaming, play to earn, free to earn game in the world. So you like soccer manager games, you like soccer, maybe you don't even know too much about soccer, but you're a good investor, or maybe you think you're a good agent, you think you can scout for young players in the real world and know, okay, that player is gonna become very good and very famous and very valuable, so you would like to make money out of your scouting abilities. This game is what you're looking for. And Xaya, the team behind this game, they are the inventor of play to earn. They invented play to earn, full blockchain gaming in 2014. They know what they're doing, and they partnered with Ubisoft, Soccer Management team, Soccer Management Company, and Polygon. So guys, let's jump through the game now, because if you want to see how it looked the past version, the old one, the desktop based version, just look at one random video of mine. This is the shiny new super cool cutting edge browser based fully on chain version. There's nothing better than, guys, there's nothing better than this. Seriously, it works on browsers, so you can even play on your mobile. You just connect to Google or Chrome or whatever you're using and you play it. It works on mobile, it works on tablets, it works on, of course, on desktop. So let's cut it. Let's go. Let's look at the game now. This is a walkthrough, freestyle. Let's go. And here we are. This is the main page, and I use Brave browsers, and they do advertisement, but I get paid for that, so it's all good. Anyway, this is the home page. This is where everything starts, and just look how cool it is. This is the most complex blockchain game of this type ever invented, very soon to be released. For now, it's only a read-only version. It means that you can scroll through the data, you can have a look at all the tabs or whatever it's happening in this soccer management metaverse, but you cannot interact with the blockchain. Remember that this is a fully on-chain game, so every action that you do, it has to go through a confirmation phase and blocks basically of the Xaya blockchain or Polygon blockchain, because this game also works on Polygon, not only on the Xaya native blockchain. So let's review this home page. First of all, you have to know that I am the manager of Getafe. You can see here, this is my profile window where you have the club information. I'm Nix. I play in the League 2B as a manager. As a manager, I get a stipend of 800 something SMC. SMC is the in-game currency. You can see my balance up here on the top right corner. Now it's updating. You can see I have 66,000 SMC. I get paid as a manager every match, and there are 3 matches per week. If you're good and you're playing in a cup, if you're only like me playing in the league with a medium club like Getafe, so I'm not playing the cup or other competitions, then it's 2 matches per week. Anyway, yes, the game currency is SMC. You can see that my Getafe every share of my Getafe is valued 500 SMC. So basically, this means that if you want to invest on Getafe because you think that I am a very good manager, and indeed you would be right because I'm super good, you can buy the shares of Getafe, and then after I make it go very well, the shares will rise in the value, and you can sell it back in the marketplace inside of this game and make a gain. This is how shareholders make a gain in this game. But you can also be a shareholder of players, but more of that later. Anyway, you can see also who already owns the shares of my Getafe. You see Snailbrain is the lead developer of Xaya, actually, so shout out to Snailbrain, big boss Andy. He has 30% of the shares. NDG is another big boss. He's the co-founder of Soccer Manager company. Non-crypto, like the actual Soccer Manager company. Have you ever played Soccer Manager 2022, 2021, or Soccer Manager Worlds online? He's the man. He's the big boss behind this game. And of course, he's a partner of this game. And then other shareholders like Flow, he has 10% of the shares, and Kaiser, other 10% of the shares. You can see the last fixtures I drew at home against Olympiacos. Of course, it was a League 2B game, and that's it. And then the inbox, so here is where you have all the news. For example, I put Portillo in the transfer market, and I sold it for 3,084 SMC. Let's have a look at my squad. This is a squad tab. This is actually very interesting, guys. This is a very new addition because, okay, you can see the statistics of all the players that you have. This is just a list. We'll see the tactics and the formation and how you play after, but this is just the statistics. You can see, of course, the name, nationality, rating. Here, rating is very important, and you can see because the rating is what influences the share price and the value, and also the wages of your player, and of course how well they play. So as a manager, you're very interested in the rating, of course. And then the condition, the morale, this can be set by the player agent. And very interesting, the performance. What is very cool is that you can sort by performance, and I can see, for example, that my Rodriguez, okay, now it's written a little bit like that. Remember, this is still in beta, so a lot of things that you will see now may look a little bit funky, but they're being constantly updated and bug fixed all day, every day. So we're very close to a full release, but there are still bugs. So that's also our job, to report the bugs. Anyway, you can see that, for example, Rodriguez is playing very well with an average of 7.50 performance out of 9. So this is very good. But look at this. This is the normal visualization, but look at the financial visualization. This is very good. If you're financially interested, so if you're an investor, you might want to look at this version, this view. Not normal, but this view. As you can see, the main information now are value, the wage that you paid for the player, and the contract. So contract, I believe this is something that is gonna be added in the new release. It's something new. We don't have a lot of information about contracts, but it's been said that it's something that will influence the length of the stay of the players and what happens once they retire, something like that. More on that, subscribe if you want constant updates on what's going on. Anyway, you can see the transfer listed, the transfer bids, nobody's bidding, but now very cool. Let's look at the tactics. Okay, look at this. This is the tactics. I play with a 4-4-2. Cucurella, Chema, Suarez, Gene, Soria. Okay, this is my formation. You can see here. You can change not in this version. Remember, it's a read only. I cannot change here anything. You can see I click on stuff, but I cannot change. But in reality, these are actions that you undertake to make your team play well and win. You can change the tackling style, the mentality, the attacking style, passing style, tempo, and use very different strategy. Every single parameter that you do, so every single action that you do, it has to be registered in the blockchain. Whether it is Xaya or Polygon, it has to be registered in that, and it cannot be modified. That's why it's very good. This game is fully on chain, completely trustless, permissionless. You cannot cheat. If you have a lot of money in this game, you can be sure that nothing and no one can mess around with it. This is the full ethos and power of Xaya. Anyway, let's skip this tour. So you saw the tactics, of course here my substitutions, and now we can have a look at the schedule. So the schedule is basically, well, the schedule, how else you wanna describe it, is all the matches that you have already done and the matches that still have to be done. So for example, you can see that I lost in the cup Tuesday the 18th of January of this year against L Town, which I think is a Renegade team, but I don't remember the full name. But if it's a Renegade team, shout out to Big Boss Renegade. And then I stopped playing in the cup. As you can see, I only play in League 2B. Match reports, you can click the match report here, so that, for example, you can have a look at what happened in, let's have a look at this L Town Cup that I lost at penalty. If you click on match report, you automatically go to the match report. Luton Town, managed by Alice. Yes, that's Renegade. Ciao, 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 Renegade. Why did you win? Come on. These are the match commentaries that you will get every time you play a match. Of course, you can see the fields, the players that you played with, and the formation, the tactic that you use, and then the bench, of course, the managers, Alice against Nix, the match information, like the man of the match, in this case was Sluga number 7, the match events. It's not fully detailed yet, but it will be, so for now, just be happy with it. And then some statistics like possession, total shots on target, corners, yellow card and red card, and then some match commentary, but you see it's very, very small for now. It's gonna be much better, don't worry. So let's get back to the schedule tab. So remember, now we're looking at schedule. This is specific to Getafe team, because I'm the manager of Getafe, so this is the schedule of Getafe. And then you can have a look at the finances of your team. For example, you can see how much I got from the gate receipts, so how much money I got from fans coming to watch my game, the TV revenue from people watching the stream, and then the sponsor, whatever. And then you can have a look at your balance. For example, you can see that I started my season with 9.26 million and I have 13.4 million. I'm in positive. Of course, I told you I'm a good manager. Very important, not only to win but also to manage the finances. Otherwise, your shareholders, they sack you. You can go home. Ciao ciao. By the way, it's a free to play game if you want to be the manager, so you get a passive income basically without investment apart your time and your expertise. But if you don't perform, shareholder can fire you, of course. More on that later. And then the history, whatever happened in Getafe. For example, you can see that Flow 09 in season 1 arrived in 12th position. Since I took over league season 2, I arrived 6th and then 4th, and this season is a bit bad, but there's still time for me to go up. You can see the managers. You see that I won 34. I got 115 points so far, and the transfer that happened so far. And then the shares. Look at the shares of Getafe. This is beautiful, guys. Can you see this? So this is actually a marketplace. This is kind of a DEX. As you can see here, people in every single team, there is this setup, which is a kind of a DEX, and it is decentralized. It's decentralized exchange for shares of a game. You can set up your price here if you want to buy or sell shares, and the quantity of your shares. Here, it's a very nice addition. You can see the graph of share value over time. You can see that it started 15, then slowly since I took over, probably started to ramp up until 500 SMC is a lot. Somebody bought it. Actually, you can see here is the order book. You can see in orders all the history of the orders, and exactly you see that the 6th November 2021 Estebano sold 2 shares to Tom Sterks at the price of 500 each. So this Estebano made a pretty nice return. Actually, let's have a look at what price Estebano bought the shares. Well, actually very quick. You can see that Estebano bought 29 shares at the price of 100 each the 2nd of September, and then sold 2 months later only 2 shares at a 5x return on these 2 shares, which is huge. Okay, and then you can have a look at the shareholders. Look at this beautiful thing, this beautiful pie chart. It's very complex, but this very simple representation makes you appreciate the work that there is behind. You can basically see all the shareholders of your team and the percentage that they own over the total of shares, of course, because this is important, because they have a vote power. Every team is a decentralized autonomous organization, guys. Every team can be seen as a DAO. This means that shareholders take decision on who's gonna be the manager, and if they're happy or not with the manager, they can decide to keep him or her, or fire him or her. And the more shares you have, the more decision power you have. This is why it's important to keep an eye at this pie chart to know exactly who is the big boss that can fire you like that. And that's it for the team section, but let's have a look at the overall section. Here you can see, for example, the matches that there are in League 1. We're looking at the League 1 now, the league of the big bosses, where the biggest teams and the most strongest managers are competing. This is a cup matches, okay, but you can see, for example, the next match there is Barcelona against Internazionale, Arsenal Sassuolo, Milan Paris Saint-Germain, and then you can have a look at other day. But what's very interesting is the league table, because, for example, let's have a look at what's going on in League 2B where I play. You can see that Olympiacos, managed by Manolito 10, is winning by 3 points. He has 51 points with Olympiacos, and let's see. Oh, Getafe is 14th. You see, I'm not very good, but I'm only 3 points from the 11th position. My goal is to arrive here in the middle this season, so I still have a lot of games left. Let's go Getafe. Transfer market. Look how cool is the transfer market. Here you can see a lot of players have been put in the transfer market. You see the rating, the age, 39. This is very old, and if there are bids or not. For example, let's have a look at this B Andra from Lille. 88, 32 age, rating it's 88. There is one bid. So if you click on his name, you can see all the details of the name. Sorry, not the name, the details of the players, of course. And this is of course valid for all the players in the game. You see the details in terms of position, age, you know, personal information, the weight, nationality, but most importantly, the performance. For example, you can see 19 appearances. He performed not too bad, 6.51 on average, but he was 4 times man of the match. That's not good, not bad actually, and he scored 7 goals and 4 assists. This is a good guy actually, you know, not injured and not suspended. Actually, you can have a bit of a better overlook here in the statistic tab of the player statistic, where you actually see a breakdown for every season and every competition, all the most important information, which are always the same: goal, assist, average performance, and that's it. And the history, of course, of the player. You want to know where he, for example, the rating. You want to know the rating increased by 2. You see, I don't know why it's triple here. Actually, that might be a bug, but you can see that Thursday, 11th of March of last year, he went from a 67 rating to a 69 of rating. So the shareholders of this player are very happy, of course, because the share price automatically increased. Then you can see the transfers and never been transferred, and the injury history. This is interesting from a investing point of view. You want to know how often players get injured. And then of course the shares, because remember, the same principles that apply for club shareholders apply for player shareholders. You can buy shares of players that you think they will perform well and grow in popularity or grow in value and make a return on these shares. But it looks like nobody bought the shares of this player, because all of the initial supply is still allocated to Snailbrain and NDG. Of course they have 70% Snailbrain and 30% NDG. This is just a mechanism for people to buy the initial supply out of somebody, in this case Snailbrain and NDG, but all the players will start like that. And that's it. And now I was telling you, if you want to buy a share, let's buy a share of Benjamin Under. Actually, you know what, let's buy a share of someone else. Let's look for I'm gonna look for, of course, the best player in the world ever, Lorenzo Insigne. Who else? There is also his brother, but Lorenzo is the OG big boss of Napoli. Here you go, Lorenzinho, 92 ratings, share price of 20. You can see that if I want to buy the shares, I have to go. First I want to have a look. Let's have a look at the order. The last one, only 5. Okay, that was the initial price, but let's order for by date. Here you go, the last one, 20. It's pretty cheap, I think. Let's have a look at the order book. If I wanted, not in this version, again, this is read only. You can have a look at everything, how it will looks, but you cannot place order, you cannot modify tactics. You just can see the statistics that gets updated from the blockchain, but you cannot interact with the blockchain. So I cannot actually buy, but I just wanted to let you see how it looks, the buy share. Okay, and then another thing, what can I show you? The game mode. And then yes, game mode is something new. I mean, it's not new, but actually it's not new. I don't know why I said it was new, but in game mode you can see a very interesting thing is the best managers. If you're in search for a best manager or a good manager that you want to appoint to manage your team, maybe you know how it might work. You and your friend, you get hold of an available team in some leagues. Imagine you can can buy a lot of shares of this team, and then you all together want to find a manager, or maybe one of you, to manage this team. So you might want to look at people that has an history in this game, so you can see, okay, that guy is not bad actually. He has already played. He knows he plays not too bad. Why not trying with him for starter? And then how it works is that the manager will have to kind of open a vote, kind of auto candidate himself or herself if the manager has at least 5% of the shares of the team, or the shareholders can open the vote for the manager. Anyway, you can see that, for example, now the best manager, it looks like it's this Heinz Johan, who is managing both Guadalajara and Internazionale, Inter. A lot of points. That's great for this guy. Then there is GT123, Rangers, and Blade. In the exchange tab, this is very important. The exchange tab is kind of a hub if you are in search for available shares of a team or shares of players. Because remember, even if you want the shares, you want to invest in Cristiano Ronaldo, maybe it's too late, he's old now, right? Is this still good? Is this still good? Okay. Is it not good, Cristiano Ronaldo, anymore from an investment point of view? I might be wrong, but imagine you want to buy Cristiano Ronaldo shares. There must be someone that is selling these shares. So maybe there are no shares at all available in the market of Cristiano Ronaldo. So a way to search for shares is in this hub, this exchange hub. You can see a total market cap of 1.75 billion of shares in SMC. And for instance, you can see I'm interested in the shares of Napoli. Let's see Napoli. Let's see Napoli. Okay, best price 250, last price 200. That's good. So it means that I might be able to buy some shares at this price, 200, if it's still available. Let's view. There you go. I get redirected directly to the Napoli shares page, which of course is a kind of another decentralized exchange, as you can see. But again, I don't know if there are not selling orders. You see, I can also filter to see in the order book if there's something available, but apparently at the time of speaking right now, there are no available shares to buy from Napoli. But if I go back to exchange hub, get away, let's see, I don't know, Arsenal, there you go. Also Arsenal, there's nothing in Arsenal neither. I suspect it's because this is the read only, but anyway, you got the point, right? You know how it works, and that's the main point of this video. It's just to show you how things are working and how cool is this new platform. This is amazing. This is very, very professional looking, hyper complex. There is a complexity behind all of this graphical user interface that probably 95% of NFT based blockchain gaming, they don't even understand. This is next level. That's why it's not even out yet. Anyway, what else can I show you? For example, let's go back to the home overview, of course. Why not? What can I show you? I show you already everything here on the top right. Oh, okay, this is your profile. You can of course change light mode, maybe not, I don't know, but I think that's it, guys. That's all I wanted to show you, how it looks actually, how cool it is, how quick it is, because look at that. This is a fully on-chain decentralized game working on a browser very smoothly, and this thing is gonna be integrated with MetaMask. See what's written here? You are in read-only mode. Please sign in with MetaMask for write mode. Write mode is just a fancy way to say just normal game mode. It's so good. It's so good. And remember, go to the Discord of Xaya. The link is in the description. Familiarize with Xaya, because these guys are not joking. This game, very soon there are some big news to be announced, like total rebranding of Soccer Manger Elite. They changed the name. Today it's called Soccer Manger Elite. Tomorrow it's called something else, and apparently it's linked to the partnership with Soccer Manager, and there is a big rebranding going on. I don't know what's going to happen. It's not financial advice, but I think something big is boiling. I think I feel it. It's something big is coming. Also because they announced that they are working on a new website. So total rebranding of Soccer Manger Elite, new website. I don't know. I think I'm pretty bullish. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. I packed it with a bit of information here and there, not only showing you how cool it looks, but also a little bit of information, you know. But have a look at my other videos to learn how Soccer Manager works. There are some cool videos about gem hunting. Player gems, player hunting, how to do your things in this game. Subscribe if you want to be up to date with what's going on in Xaya blockchain world, not only Soccer Manager Elite. And what else? Oh yes, ciao.